Welcome back to Farming Simulator 2019 with the Rude Man, back on Simon Family Farms, and I got that field over there. The darker one is all done. I'm working on the lower 40 here. There's my seeder down there, and we're going to get right back to it where we left off. Just want to clear this bottom boundary, this edge out here, so I've got turnaround space. I'm going to go actually across here like this. And then we can kind of do this little extra. This little leg or finger or whatever in the hell you want to call it is kind of a pain in the butt. So I'm just going to come down here and whip it out real quick. And then we can set the GPS and take off doing that. I had actually two pieces of equipment. I've got plenty of tractors. I might have to work on tractor situation because I'm having trouble. I keep having to switch to the bigger one because I can't get the smaller ones to pull the equipment I have. I do have big equipment, so I may have to just break down and sell the John Deeres and buy a couple more of these Tri-6s and just get it over with. Because they do the job regardless of what I'm doing. It does a good job. Alright, so I want to do something like that. Oh, that's not going to work. Alright, let's select this, and we need to do the Great Plains seeder. Alright, that one there, and then let's set it like that. Turn it on, drop it. Let's just work it this way. So yeah, I might have to worry about that. Now I do have two seeders because there was a point where I was trying to hire a worker to do it so that they could be working on it where I could be working on something else. It's not working out all that great because of the contouring in the fields. The way the fields are set up, the hired workers can't figure out what in the hell to do. You know, where one field starts and the other one ends. So it's kind of a pain. And that's okay. It just means that I have to do more of this. Just doing the work myself. One field at a time. That's alright. I don't have any problem with that. Kind of slows me down. I do often get in a big hurry, and I have like 6 tractors running, and you know, like 4 combines in a field, and 4 trucks hauling the crops in, and that gets a little hectic. And I know, some of you say, but, you know, that's the Rude Man way. Well, it is and it isn't. It is the Rude Man way. It's because it was the way I was doing it. But a lot of people don't understand what the Rude Man way is. The Rude Man way is me doing what I want to do when I want to do it. It's my way. And so if somebody comes in and says, you're not doing that right because, you know, you're just going around in circles, like what I'm doing right now. Well, that's not the way you should do that. Well, okay, I do it this way because that's the Rude Man way. The Rude Man way is me doing what I want to do when I want to do it. Whether it's the right way, the wrong way, the best way, the more efficient way, the less efficient way, it doesn't matter. It's my way. You do it your way. That's why I say, like, everybody does it. Everybody should play their games the Rude Man way. Because all the Rude Man way means is I'm going to do it the way I want to do it. I play the game like I want to play it. That's the Rude Man way. You play it your way. I'll play it mine. That's all it means. Alright, now I'm going to do this top part here and get it out of the way. It doesn't quite match up because the road, if you notice, the road kind of curves a little bit. It's not quite straight. And the fields aren't exactly, you know, one starts going that way a little quicker than the other one. So, look, see, there's a little jog here. So I'll get this taken care of so I don't have to worry about going in and out of the telephone poles. Give myself just a little bit more turning around room on this side. It's not terribly necessary because I've got the neighbor's field I can turn around in. No trees, no telephone poles. Nothing to get in my way. Alright, at this point, I should be all set to... Am I stuck? What am I stuck on? Damn bush. It's a tree bush. A tree size bush. Oh my god. Oh, I'm really stuck in here. And more than one way to skin a cat, I'll tell you what. I wonder where that came from. Who the hell goes around skinning cats? You know, I've often said, you've heard me say it before, I really have an interest in where sayings came from. You know, and you don't, if you don't think about it, you just say it, you know, but think about it, There's more than one way to skin a cat. Well, who goes around skinning cats? And what was the original meaning of that? Did it really have anything to do with skinning a cat? All right, let me do this a little different here. It's not going completely square, if you will. So I'm gonna do something like that. Turn it on. And let's just see if we can't catch this up. I don't know if it's the way that I set this thing up or not, but it just doesn't go quite the way I want it to go, and I'm too lazy to redo it, so I'll just use it this way. And all that means is that I have to do a little bit of cleanup, like right there on the left. I'm gonna have to clean that up. So alright, so we got canola down here. This is the D category in the rotation. It's the C category that I'm having trouble with because I'm not quite sure if I remember what I set up to be the C section. And we'll get to that in a minute. We'll finish this field first and then we'll worry about the C section. I think I might skip the C section and do the B section first. It is a bigger field. John's got the big tractor today. He can handle it. And we are putting a little bit of fertilizer on here. Not a lot. It's not taking a lot, but it is taking a little bit. And in some areas, a little less and some a little more. Whoa. I was used to using that John Deere that's got a lot wider spread on it. Cut a little too soon there, didn't I? Loamy sand. Now we're on loam. Loam is good. Yeah, see that beep, beep. It thinks that's the edge of the field, and it's not. We were talking about allergies. My wife just popped her head in just before I started, and I told you in the last episode that we had recently a thunderstorm, and we had a little rain with it. And the rain kind of brought the pollen down in globs. And so Carol's got bad allergies. And I don't mean to say bad allergies, like, you know, let's just say she's got more allergies than I do. She's allergic to more things, and they affect her more than me. Like the pollen that's in the air right now just gives me a little bit of a in my throat, and my eyes are a little bit gummy when I wake up. But I don't get sinus headaches. I don't get runny noses. You know, I don't get any of the bad feelings from allergies. You know, like some people get allergies and they're just miserable. I'm not. I feel perfectly fine. I just have a little bit of a, you know, what they call a frog in my throat that, you know, I need to clear. Take some hot tea and clear it up. And it doesn't bother me. I don't have a sinus headache. I don't have the runny noses, none of that. She takes something called Allegra. And there's different kinds of medications you can take. Most of them over the counter. I'm sure if you have serious enough allergies, there's probably prescription medicine you would probably have to take. But most of the medication is over the counter. And so Carol came in and wanted to know if I, you know, because I mentioned it. And I know, you know, she has different issues because allergies affect her more drastically than they do me. And so she said, maybe you should start taking some Allegra like I take. My first response is no, because I don't like taking any kind of medication. I don't care what it is. I don't even like taking aspirin if I had a headache. Or I don't know if people take aspirin anymore for headaches. I think they've got Tylenol and Advil, and, you know, there's different things you can take. Tylenol and Advil, both of them have stuff in them that can affect your liver and your kidneys and your internal organs. You can overdose on that stuff. And I've never been one for taking medicine. I don't like to put stuff in my body that is not, and I don't like to use the word natural, because I think the stuff in everything on earth is natural. I mean, It's not like it's comes from another planet. So I don't really like that word natural. I would prefer to say unnecessary. I don't like taking things that are not necessary, especially if it's something that can hurt me. And a lot of the medications can harm you. If you don't believe me, watch the commercials on TV. Take this medicine, you'll feel like a new man. You might die, you'll get warts, you get 24-hour diarrhea. I mean, the side effects are unbelievable. It could kill you. I mean, you know, you can't tell me those things aren't harmful. And so I don't like taking anything if I don't have to. So, consequently, I'm fortunate in that I don't get headaches like some people get. I very rarely in my life have had a headache. If I have, it's because of something I did to myself. And, you know, maybe I hit my head, who knows, whatever it is. If I get a headache, I'll just lay down and go to sleep. And when I wake up, the headache's gone. So, or if it's not time to go to sleep and I have a headache, I just kind of suffer through it until I can lay down and go to sleep and it's gone. I won't take an aspirin or an Advil or a Tylenol. I've had surgeries and things that happened to me, accidents, where I was in a lot of pain. I got a dog bite one time that was pretty painful. And they gave me a prescription, Percocet, whatever it was, for the pain. I had a tooth pull one time. And they gave me some kind of a prescription for pain. I took one initially when I got out of the surgery or whatever it was. In the case of the dog bite, they sewed me up and, you know, put a bandage on and that kind of thing, and there was pain. I took an initial one and then I never took another one. So I had this bottle of medication that I just ended up just dumping eventually, because I don't like taking it. If the pain subsided enough where I could suffer through it, and I don't mean to use the word suffer, because obviously if I was in pain that I was suffering over, I would take what the doctor gave me. What I'm saying is, when I got out of the surgery, or I got out of the thing where they had to put stitches in, or whatever the occasion was, I took an initial pill for the pain. When that wore off, if the pain was tolerable for me, and I'm actually kind of lucky, I can tolerate higher levels of pain than other people, I wouldn't take any more, because I don't want it in my liver and kidneys and whatever it's going to affect me. So anyway, I don't know how in the hell I got into this conversation. Allergies, I guess. Yeah, I don't take anything for allergies because I don't suffer from allergies. I don't have the runny nose and the sinus headaches and, you know, that kind of thing. So I don't take anything. I just get me a hot cup of tea and it clears the stuff out of my throat, and if I'm lucky. I think you can probably still hear it a little bit. I got a little bit of a gruff throat this morning. It'll go away. I'm not suffering from it. There's no pain. There's no misery. And I'm not walking around saying how miserable I am. All right, let's see how we did here. Oh, I got a section. Okay, I'm not quite done. Finish this up, then it's wiped out section D, and we can move on. And like I said, I think I'm going to jump up to B. That's an easier decision because I know exactly what field that is. And I'll show you what I'm talking about with C. What I'm calling the C section. Let me just whip this up real quick. Turn that off. Okay, yeah, let's see. I'm going to go into this map here. Be a little easier to show you what I'm talking about. Okay, now this area down here is what I'm calling D, and it will include all of this down here. But I only own this part of it right here. And then section A eventually is going to be this top part right here. But right now, since I don't own any of that, I'm calling this area right here section A. Now here's where I'm having the problem. I'm having the problem with section C. And I've got thoughts about it. Section C would be part of this area here. So we would have A, which is going to be up here, and then B right now is just this area right in here, 18 and 20. That's B, but that's going to split if I continue on the thought of doing B in this and D, and this up here, which is fairly straight across here if you look at it. So this would all be A if I ever buy that. It makes sense for me to only have 3 sections, because if I did that, I could just have from right here, this corner, to this corner down here, all of this would be B. This all would be A, and this would be C. That should be probably what I should do, because otherwise I've got all these things being split up. Like only half of this, you know, it doesn't make any sense. So I think that's what I'm going to do, is that right there. So right now I've got, this is section A right here. And I think what I'm going to do is just call all of this right here B. And then this would be C, and not have a D section. But I think I'll do that later. I don't want to mess with it now. So I've already seeded 17. I've already seeded 34 and 35. I've got 18 and 20, which would be right now considered B. And then all of this area right here would be considered C. Right in here. I think I'll do that for now. And then I'll think about section. So this B, A is 17. B would be 18 and 20. C would be 21, 22, 19, 24, and 23. And then, of course, D would be 34 and 35. In the future, all of this would be C. All of this in here would be B. And all of this up here would be A. I think I'll leave it at that. Or that's how I will set it up. Right now, let's just get into the section B, which is 18 and 20. And I'll start with section 20. It's the bare field. And we'll take Mr. Deere up there. Mr. Deere, Deere. Now, see, I don't understand. This John Deere is the same tractor as the other John Deere. The only difference is I put dual wheels on it. And it seems to pull this huge piece of equipment totally dandy. But that other John Deere just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's the piece of equipment. Maybe it's how I have it modded. Maybe I didn't make it very heavy, even though it's a big piece of equipment. That's probably, it's got to be the case, actually. Has to be the case. All right, let's get up to this corner up here. Okay, so what were we going to do here? Let's see. The rotation for a B was going to be oats. Okay. All right, so let's go with oats. Switch from soybeans to oats. Move it up. Move it on up. Move it on up. Okay. Am I on the edge of the field? Kinda. I might have to move it a little bit to the right. Let's do this. Oats it is. And this field we are actually putting fertilizer on. Quite a little bit. Whoa. Oh, shoot. I didn't realize I did that. Whoa. Having a little trouble here. How far am I going? Not much. Actually, just about the right amount. So I get past these trees. Now, yeah, this is going to continue on. So I think I'm going to do, all of this is going to be oats. How bad am I going to go into the neighbor's field? Oh, geez, neighbor's going to be pissed off with me. Oh, geez. Oh, geez. Sorry, neighbor. Make it up to you. You also have a little bit of oats with whatever you got planted out there. Sorry. All right, let's see if I can get out of this corner. This is going to be the hard part right here because I don't want to get into my own field there. But that's a story for another episode. I'm going to end it here. Hope you had fun. Take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. And I'll see you in the next episode. Ta-ta for now.